by the lot of the road. Francois! Are you there? Hello? Are you painting? Not here. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
My God, Chicago, I don't know how you can sing right now.
Oh, cheer up, Dutchie, cheer up. The worst is yet to come.
You play your banjo, and Jean-Francois Millet could be ruined today.
I've been ruined all my life, Dutchie. Never hurt me a bit. We've just got to use the old, pumpkin is all.
Give me my shawl, please, Marie. I'm feeling chilly.
Monsieur LaRue.
Francois isn't home, Mr. Buckner?
He must be out trying to peddle some paintings. He'll be next for Andre.
Well, I wish Mr. Andre would just get here and let us know the worst. Cecile, my bills, please.
Oh, when is Andre due?
By the noon train from Paris.
To collect money, he'll be here before the train.
You know Bastien Andre.
Well, I should think I do.
Don't tell me you're also in his grip.
Like every other artist in Barbizon. Dutchie too, but well, I got it up to his chin. We pupils of his would have starved this year. We, lesser planets that swing like satellites around his golden sun.
But planets don't starve. They don't eat nothing.
Okay, don't interrupt me, Dutchie. Astronomical opinions based on sauerkraut are no good.
Chicago, he's always like that. He don't care for fact, only poetry. With the women, he doesn't care much for poetry either.
Oh, fair Cecile, sweetest of the sweet, dearest of the...
Not in front of everyone, Agamemnon.
You always act like when I try to kiss you in public.
I don't. I mean, you don't.
Oh, don't what?
Kiss me in public.
Well, is that any of my fault?
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. It's a crime, that's what it is.
Dutchie, if I were a woman, I bet I'd understand that.
If you were a man, you wouldn't have to.
My smelling salts, Marie.
Oh, no, you don't want to sit there. The chimney sweep fell asleep and left a calling card. See that? Super.
That's fine work for a fellow that had no training in art.
Composition is excellent, and look at that modeling.
That sweep certainly knows how to make an impression.
Well, of course, he's an impressionist.
I'm glad to see you cheerful in spite of circumstances, as usual.
Well, I absolutely promised to be somber. You know I studied for the ministry.
So you've said many times before.
Oh Lord, it's a dismal day.
And yet the sun is shining on us all. How much do you owe this scoundrel anyway?
Enough to beggar me if he forecloses. 15,000 francs.
Ooh.
It was wrong. It was foolish, but I didn't know where else to go when Andre was so soft-spoken and smooth. He promised he would never press me, but now he as good as threats to take all my property. Well, maybe he'll show me some part of his time.
It doesn't have one. Here's done it what ought to be a petrified one.
That is the truth.
Any picture dealer is hard-hearted enough, but to add a usury, you might as well cross a grizzly bear with a shark. Say, what's Andre being so sudden about all at once?
Marie has refused him again.
I don't love him, you see.
Oh, is that all? That's probably why he particularly likes you.
Ooh, I will challenge Andre to a duel. I'll jam a sword right through him!
You pretzel! They don't fight with swords in France. They use hairpins at 30 yards.
Oh Lord, 15,000 francs.
Cheer up, cheer up. The worst is yet to come.
Do be quiet, Agamemnon. Goodness knows there's something to be so cheerful about.
Come. Nobody's going to, starve.
Cecile, do let Mr. Buckner be cheerful if he can. I'm sure it does me good.
Oh, and here's Jean-Francois Millet.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Francois, you've been so long.
I'm glad it seemed long to you, sweetheart. I was out trying to raise some money with these. Monsieur LaRue, how do you do, sir?
My boy.
Oh, hello, Cecile. How are you, lads? Well, you needn't tell me.
You sold nothing?
Nothing. Not this, not this, not this. One man said they were too melancholy. Another said they were too brutal and frightening, as if the lives of these people weren't brutal and frightening enough. I'm trying to say as best I can about the common man with what I have seen with my own two eyes. If my work isn't cheerful, it's never the cheerful side of things that have appeared to me. I don't know where to look for it. I'm afraid I've never found it.
Well, I think they're glorious.
Then, here, you may have them. They'll feed your stove as well as mine. I would have tried to sell the new one, but it's not quite finished yet. Wait a moment. I think I have it.
Shh, everyone be quiet.
The master's at work.
Oh.
There, at last, it is finished.
Hallelujah!
It's probably just another volley. What do you think? I call it the Angelus.
Jumpin' Jehovah. That's what he ought to call it, Jumpin' Jehovah.
Oh, Francois, it's your greatest yet. It's a masterpiece.
I hope not. It'll never sell. Rat this world of purblind buyers and beggared artists.
That must be Andre.
The wolf is at the door.
Oh! Good morning.
Mr. Andre,
I desired a private interview.
It's not necessary. These are friends.
please let them be no hindrance.
Mademoiselle LaRue, you dare call this meeting in the house of my rival.
Yes, monsieur, I do
And
dare.
I suppose you know what I've come for.
Monsieur Andre, I hope you've come with more than threats and unpleasantness.
My rival, or should I say, my debtor is more exact. You owe me 2,500 francs, sir.
In what way?
Haven't you borrowed them on me?
No, sir. I took them on account.
On what account?
On account of the year's pictures, and I hold you to our contract. Our agreement says you may take any pictures at the value of 100 francs. Here are scores of pictures. Choose any 25 and call the account square.
Our agreement allows me to take such pictures as I like. I like none and I take none.
What? The new one has some merits. The Angelus alone is worth 2,500 francs.
What? That incompetent hash? Pay me by 6 o'clock tomorrow, or I will have you jailed.
You wouldn't dare.
Yes, mademoiselle, I do dare. Months ago, this man stepped between me and Marie, and I shall make him sorry for it. I shall run him into the early grave. He's painted some good pictures. The new one's almost great. Well, tomorrow, I'll drop on him. There will be an auction, and I'll buy every one of these for a song, and burn them. LaRue, your time is also up. 15,000 francs, due tomorrow. Will you pay, or shall I take action?
Mr. Andre, I know you'll give me time, just as you promised.
Please do not complicate the matter with imaginary promises.
Imaginary?
Oh, why, you ash cat.
Your boss a seal.
You know there's another way, LaRue. The moment Marie marries me, your debt is paid. Come, sir, be reasonable. On one hand, a lover with nothing. On another, a lover who's getting on in the world with sure strides. I love your daughter as well as Malay. I can give her a home. I can make her happy. Can he do that? A shiftless painter without talent or future, who can't sell a picture to save his life, who can't give one away?
But that's your fault.
Well, LaRue, what will it be? The money or Marie?
Answer him, child.
No, father, no. You will spare me that.
There, dear, I know where your heart is.
Oh, father, I can't bear it. How can I make a beggar of you?
My child, answer me this one question. Do you love this man?
What?
No.
Very well. One more then. Do you love Francois Millet?
Yes.
Well enough to endure poverty and hardship for his sake?
Oh, hunger, thirst, cold, everything.
Very well then, Monsieur Andre. You have your answer, even though it ruined me.
Well, that's just splendid. Mighty splendid. Shake.
You shall have my answer, you old fool.
You're forgetting yourself, monsieur. Take that back.
Yes, Malay, my rival. You have your sweetheart now and a dose of courage. Next you'll have hunger and a raving good appetite. I'll ruin you, do you understand? Ruin you. Mademoiselle, I do wish to make one remark to you.
Please let her alone. My father has answered you. Now go.
It doesn't become you to ride the high horse with me, nor any of you paupers. Everything you own is mine, bought with my money, the very clothes you wear. If you were to take off what belonged to me, there wouldn't be enough.
You better go now. You're about to get excited.
Run along to mother.
Oh, no. Please, allow me.
Your time is up at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Get the money in the meantime, if you can.
I'm so sorry, Papa. I'm so sorry.
There, forget all about it.
Oh, cheer up. The worst is, you know.
I thought I could save you all somehow. All of you, the dearest people in the world to me. Well, it's no matter now. Trap that low-down thief!
Don't give up, Francois. Don't give up.
Yours is the hardest. I'm afraid I've spoiled your life, my dear.
No, Francois, you have blessed it. I wish I could help you. I would die for you.
I believe it. Maybe I should die for her. Maybe I should rid the world of John Francois Millet and let some man with the gift of success love her and make her happy.
I am sorry for you, lad, if I could only help, but he's ruined me too.
Bless you for a good heart, sir.
Francois! Francois! We just met that skinflint.
He told us all.
We came straight to carry you off.
And to comfort you.
Dear Marie.
Dear Marie.
You poor child.
You poor child.
I don't see how anyone could be so unfair. It's a very hard day for us.
Dear me, child.
When you come to know the world better.
It's the skinflints that run it.
They always have.
Madam Bathilda, Madam Karen, you're being awfully kind. I owe you several months' rent.
Oh, tush.
Tush, tush.
Well, here. Here's February, March, April. This one's not quite finished. Half of May. I know they're worth nothing.
We shall treasure them.
Along with all the others.
Dear Monsieur Leroux, come along now.
We've a bite waiting.
You'll feel better for it.
Come while it's hot.
Everybody.
Everybody, don't feel troubled, Marie. We all gotta have these ups and downs.
It's good of you to say so, Hans. You're always good. Are you coming, Francois?
I'll be there in a second. I need to brood for a little while.
Well, don't brood for too long.
Marie, my hot water bottle.
Tell me, lads, how can I paint this and still be starving?
It's the Kohinoor diamond of the whole collection. Just look at the noble simplicity of it. No fuss, no feathers, no tricks of color, no theatricals. Just that solemn half-light, those brooding distances for those chimes to wander through. And you see those two humble figures outside, so poor yet so rich, the peace of God in their hearts.
That picture makes me feel right here. I look at this picture and way off yonder I hear church bells. So fine, so faint, so sweet. And that is home and it breaks my heart.
You've hit it, Dutchie. That picture reminds everybody of home.
That's the grand test, isn't it? Great art, supreme art, has no nationality.
That picture lifts me right up to heaven.
And it's going to make a strike today, too. You'll see. Put out word to every foreigner in the Paris Hotel registers, and they'll be flocking down here presently.
Well, they're splendid, good pictures, but you can't sell them. No more than brickbats.
Millet, I'll bet you 100 francs that you're celebrated in man inside of a year.
Oh, I can't take your money, Chicago.
Dutchie?
I don't want to bet against that. I want it to happen.
Well, that's the way to make it happen.
Chicago, you're right. Always, when I bet against something, he wins every time. Only I don't got 100 francs.
I've only got 10 centimes myself.
The newspaper says even the Bank of England is down to 34 million pounds.
Well, we're as good as the Bank of England. I'll bet you 34 million pounds.
Now that's, I call a wager. Shake!
And here's a shot to help us peddle some canvas. Well, begosh and begad, if it ain't Philip O'Shaughnessy.
Tis I, indeed. Top of the day, lads. Chicago, I pass up the flyers all over Paris. Sooner or later, we'll have thousands of folks stampeding in here, each with the coin in their trousers.
Excellent. Now fasten on to them, boys. Don't let a single one get away without buying a picture.
And if they're not buying, I'll tell them to go to hell.
That's the spirit. Hans von Bismarck,
My captain.
you control the crowds. Philip O'Shaughnessy,
Right here, sir.
you beguile the ladies.
It's betrayed.
When this show is over, we're going to be flushing out of trouble. Well, there's our crowd. Come right in.
Hello. You beg your pardon, is this the studio of John Franklin Millet?
John Francois Millet.
John Franklin Millet, that's right.
Step right in, sir. Step right in.
He ain't exactly the largest stampede I've ever seen.
All the crowd we got now. Work 'em, lads. Everything's for sale here. Just take your time.
I mean, that looks good.
Very good.
I wish I knew something about pictures. That one there is interesting.
Excellent.
Very interesting.
And that one there.
Super interesting.
Very
Very
interesting.
interesting.
Oh, you like this one, my friend? It's yours for only, 300 francs.
300 francs. Indeed, your ladyship, it's worth the double of it, on me honor.
Seems so to me, but I'm no judge.
Why, look at the grace of it, the charm of it, the size of it. You'll get nothing for the money this side of the grave.
Thing is, I just don't know.
You can go to hell!
Well, it ought to be good. It's only a masterpiece.
At the price I'm thinking, buy the dingus myself.
What is the price?
2,500 francs.
Yes, that sounds reasonable. Who mind to take it? Grows on me. It grows on me. It's quite large after all.
Buy in bulk, I always say.
You know I might. I might just take a chance.
Take a grip on yourself, lads. 2,500
Cat,
francs.
tell me this, Mr. Millet.
Millet.
This, Mr. Hey. Is he dead? Is he dead?
I beg your pardon, sir.
You see, a painter has so much more talent when he's dead. Indeed, the deader he is, the better he is. Just look at this Rembrandt fella. He must have been good in his day. Since he's died, he's uncomfortable. Worth millions.
Excuse me, sir. I am Jean-Francois Millet.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry to meet you in a sense. You see, I couldn't possibly buy any work from a painter who hasn't passed on. It's a wrong value.
Papa makes me go to hell. You can't kill the man unless he's dead. What are you, an undertaker?
I'm trying to say.
I regret to inform you that I am most certainly still alive. But at the first sign of debility, I'll certainly let you know.
My regrets, Mr. Millet. Good day, gentlemen.
Let us know when you are dead. And in the meantime, you really can go to hell.
I seem to be worth more dead than alive.
English ass.
I would beguile the ladies, but there were no ladies to beguile.
Oh, hey. You just got to use the old pumpkin is all.
What a fool world it is. When it has a great master, it doesn't know it and it lets him starve. But then, once he's dead, then he's recognized. And then comes the riches. And what's a man supposed to do with riches being dead?
At least you're relieved of the curse of being a nobody, of disguising your secret sorrow, of having nothing to eat and dying by inches of hunger. I was so hopeful once. I've done what a man might. I worked hard and faithfully, much to no avail. I'm hardly a man anymore. I'm just bits and pieces of one. Well, lads, maybe it's better if I just leave you.
Well, you don't mean.
Yes, it is kismet. It is written. Say goodbye to me one last time before I go. I know the road I have to take.
Wow, Frank, you're not taking off alone for the great beyond. If you're dying, I die it too.
And me too!
All for one and one for you know who.
Good men. Who's got a cigar? One last cigar will do it.
Not me.
I'm all out.
Okay, listen, Maestro. You can't kill yourself. The minute you do, you'll be acclaimed a genius, and you'll miss all the fun. You'll just... Wait a minute, that's it, boys. We're saved! We're saved!
I always knew Chicago was crazy. Now he is crazy.
I think he's having an idea.
An idea? There's never anything so good. Well, it's not my idea. It's Dutch's. Dutch said when the world has a master, it lets him starve. But when he is dead, then he is recognized. Then come all the riches. So, why not do it? Die and be recognized. But take the dying part and go straight to the riches.
What do you mean, die?
Okay, one of us must seem to die. Must change his name and disappear to save the rest. He's proclaimed a genius, and we all collect. And since he really is a genius, I nominate Jean-Francois Millet.
No.
Oh, Chicago, that's splendid. Most splendid. Shake.
But Chicago?
Listen, Maestro. Do you want to pay off Papa Leroux's debt and see Marie happy?
I can't marry Marie if I'm
You
dead.
can't marry her if you're alive either. You've been feeding her paintings for the past year. If you do this, you've made her the richest woman in France.
Can I tell her at least?
No, she'll give away the whole blessed thing, but listen. You have to come down with something sick, something tragic. You have to languish for a couple of weeks to rise up in prices. But, let's see, what should you come down with? It has to be something exotic, something the papers will gobble up, something artistic.
I have the perfect disease.
Deutschland is brilliant! Listen to this!
It's a masterstroke.
No! Yes! I'll ventilate your pushing demise to the papers, and by morning, we'll have buyers breaking down the door. Meantime, we've got to squirrel slip away in that bedroom and start painting some more, masterpieces. Congratulations, old man. You had to kick off the mortal coin and strike it rich. For he was a jolly good fellow. For he was a jolly good fellow.
Wait. So you mean to say I have to spend the rest of my born life in that room?
We'll give you an alter ego so that you can come out and breathe from time to time.
We'll give you a very good disguise.
A disguise so thick that no one could ever penetrate it. But let's see, which one of disguise should we give you?
I know, a pastry cook.
No, pastry's not thick enough.
Chimney sweep?
It's thick, but it'll blacken the pictures. I got it. Widow.
A what?
What's thicker than a widow? You could be your own sister come from out of town, a widow from province.
Listen, Chicago, I don't think I'm the kind of man who's made to be a widow.
Well, maybe being a widow will liven you up a bit.
Couldn't I be a male cousin, a dentist from Toulouse?
What's the matter who you are? What's it to you? That's it. You're the widow Toulouse.
The widow Toulouse.
Friends, here's to him who's always our stay, a comfort and a refuge in times of distress. The late Jean-Francois Millet, God rest his soul. And to the widow Toulouse.
The widow Toulouse.
For she's a jolly good fellow. For she's a jolly good fellow. For she's a jolly good fellow. There's nobody can deny.
Chicago, which one's us?
Let's sell that one and that one.
All right, sold and sold.
Yes, that's better. It seems to me that we better sell that one over there too.
Sold.
That looks good. There's nothing like a good soul time to get the buyer's blood going.
I was in Paris this morning. The people are talking already.
That's good. What did they say?
Meaning that Jean-Francois Millet, one day sake, has become the greatest painter since Michelangelo. Several of them regarded Millet as a rising great master for years. I asked if he was as ill as the paper said, and when I said he couldn't possibly live many more weeks, they said his death is going to be an awful blow to France.
Splendid.
And here's the thing, not one man would let on that he was hearing Millet's name for the first time.
Well, that's what I call human nature.
Nope. That's what I call the power of the press. Agamale worked into the French correspondence of the London Times.
The London Times will wake up the whole world.
Maybe it'll wake up the French anyway. Headline: Immortal Gallic genius dies slow and miserable death.
Wait, but if he's immortal, then how can he die any death?
This is no time for German paradox, you sausage. Quote, Jean-Francois Millet, France's greatest gift to the world, is dying of a disease so unspeakable it can only be mentioned in whispers. He has left for the Barbary Coast.
But where is the Barbary Coast?
Hanged if I know.
So what did he put it in for?
Well, he had to go somewhere, hadn't he? Muggins. But there'll be people down here but today to buy. You'll see. Whoa, wait a minute. You can't go into trousers like that. You look like a nightmare. I've got an idea. I knew all those lessons would come in handy. We can have you distract him from the rest of the exhibition.
Maybe a little gray in there.
Don't forget to sign it.
There we go. That's first rate. We'll call it the, Pantulus.
Is somebody out there? Chicago, are you out there? Let me out!
The widow wants to come out.
Well, he can't. He has to stay in there, stay in character, and paint!
Has he been out of there at all?
Nope. He's been complaining about his widow costume, but who knows? Maybe it did liven him up a bit. He did some good work for us last night. Feast your eyes on that. It's called The Gleaners.
I think we can sell that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, does anyone want some Limburger cheese?
Get that fellow away from me!
How can you suffer such corruption?
I've been eating Limburger cheese every day since I was born. And I will eat Limburger cheese every day till I die.
It's like it's been dead for weeks!
Chicago, I'm coming out there if I have to break down this door myself.
Jump for the door, boys! Let anybody through!
I cannot stand it in there a moment longer.
Get back in there, Malay. It's dangerous out here.
Hang it, Chicago. Have some pity. I've just got to have some air.
I'm telling you, you will ruin everything.
Chicago, that bedroom is the worst place to paint. It's stuffy and there's hardly any light in there. Everything I turn out is a blur.
Great. Turn to our blurs like this one. We can sell them.
Well, still, it's hard to move around in my inflated condition. Well, what are you two staring at?
Yemeni, it's a woman, a real woman.
Truth to tell me, lady, you put me in the mind of the hills of Ireland.
Well, go pull some taffy or something. You're making me nervous. That is better. That is much, much better.
Yeah, you're going to have to practice in those Dutch. Walking like a busted mare.
It's no wonder. These awkward clothes have me all cantilevered out of creation. And these skirts, I can't even kick. How much longer do I have to paint in these?
3 weeks ought to do the trick. And then we can announce your death.
I'll never live to see it.
Yes, you will. We'll all live and be happy.
You assassin.
Malay, this thing's bigger than we ever dreamed.
I'm bigger than I ever dreamed. Do you know how much equipment I'm wearing under this thing? More whalebone than the beach at Nantucket, and enough steel to make a cannon. Do you know how hard it is to paint in a thingamajig? And besides, it's tighter than Sunday in this thing. Feels like there's 2 of me inside of here, and, well, that used to accompany inside my clothes. And besides, I'm a widow. Oughtn't I be in pink?
Well, that's the gloomiest thing I can rustle up on short notice.
Pink? I am not made for pink.
It's true. You ain't the pink personality.
I quite like the pink myself.
Well, you prance around in it. Oh, Christmas! I've sold out!
No, don't get excited. Those are the share to drive up the prices. Then when the prices are peaking, we can kill you off and send them through the roof.
Kill my layoff, you mean? And besides, where does that leave me? Who's got a cigar?
None of that, my girl.
I can't have a cigar?
Who are you going to fool if someone sees you puffing a stogie? And don't just plop yourself down like a sack of laundry.
The ladies, they all do it like this when they sit down. You see? They shrimp it underneath. You see how I shrimp?
No. No, no, no. 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 Dutchie, it's more like this. You gotta sink, but with the curve. See the curve?
And you can't just fall. You gotta sink. You see how I sink? I shrimp and then I sink.
You gotta sink, but with a curve.
Why don't you two shroom and sink on your own time? Oh, Lord. I feel so miserable. Does anybody have a handkerchief? Never mind. Save them for my funeral.
Mark my words, missus. 3 weeks from now, we'll give you a funeral you can really enjoy.
Jump, somebody's coming!
Give me your arm!
Hey! Get your hands off me, sir!
Women!
Now, remember, boys, we are in deep affliction. Andre! No, excuse me, moi!
No, monsieur, I beg your pardon. Excusez-moi.
Monsieur, moi, mais c'est toi!
I am Claude Riviere, a journalist from La Figaro. And you are?
We are pupils of the late Jean-Francois Malay.
Can you give me a few details about this deplorable affair? This disaster, this tragedy, this catastrophe. Ah, makes me smell my mortality.
Oh, that's probably the Limburger cheese.
Have you heard of the artist before, Mr. Riviere?
What? Have I heard of Malou?
Malay.
Malay, my dear sir. He's a correspondent of La Figaro. But I'm unfamiliar with the name Jean-Jacques Malay.
Jean-Francois
Malay.
Jean-Francois Malay. I know him like the back of my glove.
Perhaps you like ale? A list of his works.
I should be infinitely grateful.
A self-portrait.
You're too kind.
And a memoir, a sketch of his life.
I would be your slave, monsieur.
It's nothing but a tribute of a breaking heart.
That's Chicago. He's always loaded.
Note the teardrops. Here, here, and here.
La Figaro showed him to the world. He was born in Grew up in, Malay has no survivors but a twin sister.
But Madame Duluth, she'll be managing his affairs.
I suppose I could not see this.
Yes, you cannot. Poor thing, utterly broken down. Why, you've never seen anything like her.
I'll vouch for that.
So the two are identical twins?
They're like Cleveland and Cincinnati.
A tragedy indeed, this fatal malady. Monsieur, it is what?
It's much more than one. It's
No.
wait.
Mon Dieu, I can feel my circulation rising. Thank you, monsieur.
Thank you, monsieur.
Messieurs,
Au revoir.
do not fear, for Jean-Francois Malay, La Figaro will figurize it.
Figaro!
What is all the noise about?
You're on your way, Malay. That's what. The buyer's breaking down the door any second now.
You know, Francis, I got inspired to do a new painting of myself last night.
Display it, O'Shaughnessy. Anything for some air.
What do you think? Is it genius?
It must be modern genius. I can't make anything of it.
Is it a dog?
You bet your life it's a dog.
If it is, it's no Christian dog.
I've never seen a dog like that. That dog's not right.
The dog is too long, do you think?
Well, he is a mighty long dog. Why, I've never seen a dog that long.
He's more like a bench.
That dog wants foreshortening.
It's enough dog for 2 dogs.
So, is it a real dog or is it a new design for a new kind of dog?
Why, it's a dachshund.
You know, he could never wag all that tail. It gets in the way when he wants to turn around.
Oh, I've got an idea. What if we took the tail around his body and tied it around his neck?
What is this? Art criticism or dog criticism?
Both.
It's that English ass.
Bleh.
Good luck, boys.
Oh, wait. A little feminine charm never hurt a sail. Just arrange your parts here and breathe. Unless you want to suffocate their entire life.
Do we sell him now, Aunt Chicago?
First, we'll take him to the gleaners and put the prices way high. We don't sell him until we get my sense as the widow's agent. 3,000, 4,000.
Sold!
Entree!
Hello. Madame. Terribly sorry to barge in. I came back from my picture I bought yesterday. I brought the money. I believe it was 2,500 francs.
Picture? Picture.
To what picture was you referring again?
The one I bought yesterday, you remember? The girl, the boy, the little basket?
The Angelus. The Angelus is sold.
Sold?
The Angel, no, excuse me, Mr. Agent. The Angelus is sold, ain't it?
Oh yeah, you mean that little debacle with the Emperor of Bavaria?
Emperor Bavaria, that's the one.
Merely an offer, 50,000 francs. Decline.
My word, 50,000? Only yesterday these pictures went to a veritable song.
Well, today the song is in a higher key.
Because today, France's greatest artist is dying a slow and miserable death.
The prices go up with the grisliness.
But my dear sir, that picture is in fact mine. I would have taken it on the spot, only...
Only if you didn't. Our picture wasn't dead enough for ya.
And now the widow's sister is managing to his affairs. Completely prostrate, and my orders are positive. I can sell 3 paintings and no more, including this little masterpiece, The Gleaners.
Well, that's very good. What is the price of that?
30,000 francs.
That Chicago got more cheek than an angel.
30,000 francs?
Or so I glean.
Well, I raised you 32,000.
35!
40. 45.
Oh, sell it to Ireland for 50,000 francs.
For the glory of England, I'll give you 55!
For the tragedy of Ireland, I'll give you 60.
65! 70?
75, lady.
Oh, gentlemen! Butting our heads out is no way to do business.
You know a better way?
Yes. we'll throw dice. The winner buys the picture for 80,000 francs.
Dice, Sporty and it sounds fair. After you.
Chicago, what do we do if O'Shaughnessy wins?
Oh, well, we give him the picture, and then we kill him.
Aces! Oh, no thanks. Aces, Amsterdam. Again, sir, your toss. Double fives, it's mine. Double sixes, it's mine.
Yes.
I think you go to hell.
Sold to England for 80,000 francs.
Your picture, mine heir.
What's this? Oh, is this a Millet?
Yes, is that a play? Well, this is the very picture that the maestros painted as the fatal illness befell him. You can see right where it befell him, right here.
In the tail.
And it's yours, my friend, for only 10,000 francs.
It says O'Shaughnessy. His middle name. Wait. Jean-Francois Marie Bridget Thomas O'Shaughnessy Millet. And you've been hiding this all the while?
I like to save best wine for last.
I'm on you. So by Joe for 5,000.
10,000 francs.
10,000. Now, I know Millet when I see one.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Millet, right?
A charcoal drawing from his realist
But you
period.
looked at all the detail on that.
He called it the chimney sweep.
And it's yours, my friend, for only 10,000 francs if you hurry.
I'll take it. So let's see, that's 80 plus 10. It's 10. Is that 90? Last time I checked, it was still 100. All right, 100,000 francs. There you are, my sir. 100,000 francs.
Seems right to me. Here. Would you like this? Count the zeros.
Looks all right to me.
Same as the last 100,000 I've seen.
These, I'll take. That one, you can send. My friends, I bid you good day.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Visit again anytime.
And you thought you could hide the shod.
100,000 francs!
Would that make me blind, Uncle Seamus can see me now?
Oh, have I gone mad? Now I do need a handkerchief. After all these privations, these hardships, these miseries, 100,000 francs! You thieves and liars, you ought to be taken out and drowned. Oh, noble scoundrel, come here! Oh, bless you, heart, you lamb. I'd have forgiven you if you made it 200,000.
I thought about it. Now, listen. We're gonna have to knock up a few sample signatures, so here.
It's wonderful. Seems impossible. I've never had to deal with a bank before. Now, tell me, boys, what is my name, my given name?
Suggest something, boys.
Alex!
Nope, don't like it.
Lily.
That's what they call housemaids.
Antoine.
That's a man's name!
Oh, I've got it. Daisy.
Daisy, that's it, take it.
I quite like it myself. Do I look like a daisy?
You bet.
All right, Daisy it is. D-A-Y. Do you spell it with a Z?
No, nor with the E either. D-A-I-S-I-E.
Try leaving out the second I.
Daisy Toulouse. Daisy Toulouse. Daisy Toulouse.
Perfect. Now, for the check.
Daisy Toulouse.
Excellent. Now rise, O'Shaughnessy, and go deposit this morsel.
And for goodness sakes, bring me a smoke. I'm dying for a cigar.
All right, just give me the money.
Looks like I'm flat.
Got any sounds, Hutchie?
Not a single cent time.
Well, it's a shame. This a good thing none of us are starving. We've only got 100,000 francs to play with. Now, run along now, Ireland.
And don't forget my cigars.
Fine. Look out, the old women are coming down the street.
Stop them, Chicago. Put them off.
Kit, what if they get suspicious?
I can't be on exhibition to them. They'll know right off that I'm not a woman.
That's so, Chicago.
Good luck, boys.
Wait. What if you act unusual?
I'm femininely ignorant, Chicago.
Good, that's the idea. We'll tell them that you're eccentric, very eccentric. The weirder you act, the better it'll be.
Let me just fix my
To hell with your hair.
Mr. Buckner.
Mr. Buckner.
We do so want to meet the poor dear.
And be of some help if we can.
How is the widow bearing up?
Physically she's robust. Mentally it's been a heavy blow. Her mind seems a little bit, touched.
No, seriously.
No, seriously.
No, not seriously. It's just that she seems a little bit awkward in handling herself is all.
She's the most singular creature.
Why, there she is.
Hello. Hello.
She's a little weak in the knees from shock. Madame Toulouse, I have the dear honor of introducing to you two friends of your brother's. Madame Bathilda,
Madame Bathilda.
just a little more grace, and Madame Karen.
Madame Karen.
Nobly done.
Madame Bathilda, Madame Karen, I owe you so much. I know that you were both so kind to poor Francois.
Oh, Madame Toulouse, we're going to leave you for a bit, but shall be back shortly.
Ah, dear madame.
Dear Madame, that Francois should be gone so far from us.
And gone away to die.
To die.
To die. Shroom. And sink.
We do love your poor dear brother so.
How it goes to my heart to hear you say those sweet, sweet words.
You have your poor brother's very voice.
I'll be damned. I mean, do I?
Yes, and his face, too.
Why, you're quite the very image.
Yours isn't quite so broad.
But wonderfully like.
The hands, too, they're almost exactly the same.
His were a trifle smaller.
And he had that pink scar.
That pink scar just above his wrist.
What? He did have a scar, didn't he? Doesn't he? Some tea, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh, you are so like your poor dear brother.
Well, we are twins. Are twins. We're twins. Well, we will have been twins for many years.
That accounts for it.
Though you look considerably younger than he.
Well, I am the youngest.
The youngest?
Of twins.
Oh, the difference is nothing to speak of. He was born on a Monday morning, and I was born the next Saturday night.
Goodness!
I don't remember it anymore. I used to, but I don't now. Oh, sugar?
Yes, thank you.
I was hit on the head years and years ago, right about here. It injured my memory. Sugar?
Yes, thank you.
Now, I don't even remember being born at all, only that I used to remember.
How very extraordinary.
Hit. On the head?
Yes, by an Irishman.
The brute!
Oh, he didn't mean it. I was only passing along the sidewalk and he fell off the roof. Just feel that bump right there? He bounced off me like that. 2 somersaults and a half gainer.
A providential escape.
The very hand of Providence.
Plain. If I hadn't have been there, the Irishman would have been killed.
Ah, the Irishman.
Would have been killed.
He took the pledge and reformed after that.
Stopped drinking?
Stopped falling, so I married him. He was my first husband. No, not my first. Another one. Pierre. He was one of my husbands. One of the early ones, anyways.
Dearie, how old are you?
22?
And you had so much experience.
More than I ever wished for, especially of late.
Have you had any children?
Oh, Slathers!
Slathers?
She talks just like a rabbit might.
7 in 2 years. 7? Oh, some milk?
Yes, thank you.
Some in the spring, some in the fall. Some, according to the weather, it was quite a litter.
By another Irishman?
By a whole colony of them!
I think her mind is touched.
I think she's been touched all along.
Did all of your children live?
Alas, none of them, all 9 of my darlings.
9, dear.
You said 7.
I, speak of another vintage.
What a singular name for it.
Were they?
Boys and girls, some of them, yes.
Some of them? Weren't they all?
Many thought so.
Well, what did you think?
At this late of date, I couldn't be certain. I only know there were a considerable variety. I should ask my dear brother except. He's gone away to die, hasn't he?
You and your brother, were you close?
Closer than a congressman and a barrel of pork. But alas, as we love each other, there is a coolness between us. He never got over it that I didn't name all of the children after him. I did name the first dozen for him, but then I quit. I said it was no use. Oh, Francois had an unappeasable appetite that way. Oh, he's impossible. Impossible! I'll drown that Chicago yet!
Her mind is wandering again.
Wandering is practically abroad.
It is not safe for her to be alone.
Is it safe for us to be alone with her?
Madame Toulouse, would you like to come sleep with us tonight?
How's our tete-a-tete, ladies?
Why? Just too divine. The ladies were asking if I'd like to sleep with them.
Chicago, get me out of this scrape and go hang yourself.
The idea seems to disturb the widow. I wouldn't push it. Like I said, she's full of the strangest whims.
Here's the cigars you wanted me, lady.
Thank you, Philim. Ah, cigar?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Excuse me, Madame Toulouse.
Why, you must be poor dear Louis LaRue. Why, look at that. We rhyme, don't we? Toulouse and LaRue. LaRue, Toulouse, Toulouse, LaRue. How do you do, Monsieur LaRue?
Madam, my heart goes out to you for your brother.
Oh, fear not, Monsieur. Francois might still recover. But I doubt it.
Hurry, my hot water bottle.
Is this the poor child? Is this Marie? Come to me, my sister in heartache.
Oh, Madame Toulouse, I'm so sorry about Francois.
Rise to your feet, mademoiselle. Rise and be strong as we women must, and not another word until you kiss me. Oh. Lovely end. Again. Oh, I feel so much better. So much, much better.
So, this is Francois' sister. A curious-looking creature, though I can't say how exactly. A pushing sort. Just look how she appropriates my sister.
One more, dear. Is this Cecile? Why? Come kiss me too, Cecile.
That's enough, Daisy. Remember your health.
Daisy, he calls her. Agamemnon certainly seems on familiar terms with this woman.
Dearest Madame Toulouse, you must help us. You must.
Dry your tears and spout, child.
It's our father, you see.
I was provident, madam. I owe 15,000 francs to one Bastien Andre, a scoundrel who calls himself a picture dealer. He gave me until today at 6 o'clock.
Why? A pox on the name! The blackguard! The scoundrel! The scamp! The sneak!
I'm so heartsick, I fear I will die.
The hot water bottle? The hot water bottle.
Now don't any of you worry. I will do my best to help you in any way that I can, as will dear Chicago, of course.
Agamemnon is blushing.
Dear Chicago has helped me in so many ways in his inestimable fashion.
Ah, shucks.
So, They know each other, yet he's never mentioned her.
Now come, kiss me too, Chicago. Consider that payment for all our friendship.
Well, it's more than he ever gave me.
Oh, madam, if you could beg Andre for mercy, or somehow persuade him to extend the time. But it's after 5. I fear there's no hope.
There is always hope, sir.
Cecile, isn't she wonderful? I wish I had her spirit. And her figure.
I wish I had her neck.
Oh, Bucky!
So it's Bucky now.
Bucky, write me a pen and grab me a pen and write me a letter to this Mr. Erastus Anderson.
Bastion Andre,
Bastian Andre, pig dealer,
picture dealer.
picture dealer. And tell him that I wish to meet him on a small matter.
Dictate, and it is done, dear lady.
What would I do without you, Aggie?
So it's Aggie now. I'm going to find out the truth about this too and settle this hash.
It's Master Andre himself, your widowship.
Admit him, please, Philem.
Madam, good day.
And a good day to you, sir, if you mean good.
This must be the widowed sister. Well, she's quite a stunner. LaRue, I've come to serve personal notice to you that I allow you just 22 minutes to produce the money you owe me. If not the money, then your daughter.
Wait, please, you are speaking of the woman I mean, the woman I have just met. You are disturbing my nerves, and your manner to this valued old friend of my brother is uncourteous to him and an affront to me. One should not get excited over a pecuniary trifle.
A trifle, madam, when you come to know the amount.
Peace, I know all about this 50,000 francs.
No. 15,000.
15,000 francs? Is that all? So it's normal for people in your line of business to get all up in arms over financial chicken feed?
By George, she is an artist!
Bucky, the checkbook, please. I'll give this man his filthy lucre just to be rid of his sniveling, sneering face.
Sweet heavens, a savior.
Oh, madam, I am speechless.
Tut. The pen, please.
What's my name?
Daisy. Here's a sample.
Oh, Yiminy, she's got all the curves now.
And all the angles, too. She's more feminine than me, Uncle Dennis.
Here you are. Here's your 15,000 francs. I've also included another 25 that I believe my brother owed you. I don't want a receipt. In fact, I want nothing that you have touched. I wish to say a word to you, then you may leave. I ought to word it in strong language, but I am a lady, and I cannot say such things. From these friends, I know your history. You are a man without pity, a man whose lust for money has withered away every kindly impulse he has. You found my brother and his poor artist friends, struggling honestly and manfully for their bread, and you traded upon their poverty. You bought their paintings for francs and sold them for Louis d'Or. You beguiled them into debt, and you have hidden their talents from the world. Plus, you robbed them in 100 mean and pitiful ways. And yonder sits the blameless old man for whom your deceptions, your pitiless inhumanities, and your brutalities have brought to the edge of ruin. I am a lady, and I know the limitations that are upon me. But this I will say, from head to heel, heart to marrow, palate to midriff, you are a mean, cowardly, contemptible, base-begotten, damned scoundrel. Oh, you have what you want. Now leave!
beautiful as a prayer.
And a mind as sound as a nut.
Your words strike me to the heart, madam, but business remains business, and I have a contract signed by your brother and sealed by 2 witnesses. It says I may take 25 of his pictures at the price of 100 francs apiece.
You refuse those same pictures yesterday. I mean, so I hear.
Well, yesterday the pictures were worthless. Today, with your brother dying and all, they're worth a great deal indeed.
Thanks for hiking up my prices, boys.
Well, Jean-Francois Millet was a world master. Of course, I knew it from the day I met him and saw his work. I remember the day he signed that agreement. He was so grateful to have me as his patron and longtime supporter, and even his friend.
This man is a moral abscess.
Thank you for the offer, but I demand my rights, and under the contract, I'll have the pictures. I refuse your check.
Monsieur Andre, you seem to have cornered me. Is there no alternative to simply handing over the equivalent of a small fortune?
Yes, madam, you have one very simple alternative.
And what's that?
Marry me!
Or will you meet me at Notre Dame and make me the happiest man in the world? The stars don't shine as brightly as your eyes. The gold of the Andes doesn't glitter as brightly as your hair. Your eternal servant, Bastien Andre. Truth to tell, he sure knows how to woo, lady. But Monsieur Andre's wooing begins to tire me a little. It's been a mine of satisfaction with the boys, and a body can't refuse them anything. Chicago says I ought to marry him, says it'd serve him right. Well, I draw the line at the altar. Still, 3 yards of Belgian lace never hurt a man, and Notre Dame is just up the street. Suppose I promise to marry him on the condition that he... No, Daisy, don't even think about it. Monsieur Andre will be here any second now, and I'm not even ready. Of course, we must get out of that nasty old contract. We can't let him seize those pictures. We can't let him get rich out of us. Oh no, and with all the moonshine and spooning, I haven't a single minute to paint.
Excuse me, madame.
Is it Monsieur Andre?
No, madame. It's Monsieur Leroux.
At this hour? All right, send him in. A funny time for Louis to come calling. I wonder what he wants. Of course, I've made him and the family rich. What with all those pictures, of course. Now they have a house in Paris and a house in the country.
Monsieur Andre.
Dearest Madame Toulouse.
Hello, Monsieur Leroux. How are you, sir?
At the sight of Daisy Toulouse, I'm rejuvenated. I'm invigorated.
Strong words for little old me.
No words are strong enough for someone as beautiful and as charming as you.
Lordy.
Will you grant an intimate chat with your lonely bachelor? A bachelor is something very, very important to ask you.
Uh-oh. Lonely bachelor? Surely you mean contented widower, sir.
Alas, that you and I know the meaning of widowhood while still so vital. Loneliness is something we have in common, fair lady. It is something that binds us two very, very tightly.
What's that?
Where?
Oh, Charlie! Oh, put these in water, Charlie. And bring me my headache pills, please.
Yes, madame.
The big bottle.
Yes, madame.
And, Charlie, keep on poking from time to time.
Yes, madame.
May I express my sympathy on this, the saddest of all days?
I'm sorry, the saddest of all days?
Your brother's funeral.
Oh, yes! My brother's funeral. I knew I should have put that in my book. Oh, how wicked I am to forget it. Poor Francois. Would that he were here today.
Francois was a son to me. Now he's gone and my poor Marie has no comfort anymore.
Yes, we must do something to comfort poor Marie.
Francois had a genius for art. But you, Daisy, you have a genius for life.
I just make it up as I go along.
He captured beauty. He created beauty. But you are beauty.
It's all a facade, you know. A touch of powder and the right dress.
Daisy,
Really, sir?
Daisy.
Have I given you permission to be so familiar with my name?
Daisy.
It's Madame Toulouse to you!
You not only saved a man's property, but you made young his old heart. Marry me.
Oh. That is a very nice ring, though.
Toulouse and LaRue has a very nice ring to it. We rhyme. Daisy, remember, we rhyme.
Well, is that so important?
We're poetry. We're an ode. We're an epic. I ask nothing of you, merely your companionship.
Yes, that's what they all say.
Let me live in your light. I beg you, marry me.
Well, if I married him, at least I wouldn't have to marry Andre.
Is there someone else? Do I have a rival? I'll kill him!
Now, Louis.
Is it Bastion Andre? I will kill him. I'll shoot the cur in the street.
No, Louis, no. That would be wrong. Very wrong. Well, not so wrong, but still wrong.
Your headache pills were that. And flowers from the Swedish ambassador.
Put them away, Charlie.
There's a gentleman outside.
Is it Monsieur You-Know-Who?
No, madame. He's from the police.
The police?
Really, Daisy, I must have an answer.
All right, send them in and let the man in, Charlie.
Daisy, please, have pity.
The gentleman in question is...
Madame Toulouse, I am Inspector Gerard Defoe of the Paris Police. And I have a few questions for you, gentlemen.
Louis, please!
Actually, it is I, Cecile LaRue, in disguise. I come here to discover the truth about this hussy and Agamemnon, and I find my father on his knees kissing her hand. I have some questions for you, gentlemen.
How dare you, sir? This lady and I were in the midst of a private conversation.
Now, thank you for coming, Inspector. Charlie, keep on talking.
Yes, madame.
Madame Toulouse, I understand that your brother, Jean-Francois Millet the painter, after he took ill, he left for the Barbary Coast?
Yes, where he remained until his death last week. Or, was it the week before?
My investigations show no sign that your brother was ever in the Barbary Coast.
My brother, Jean-Francois, never in the Barbary Coast?
No.
Where is the Barbary Coast?
I do not know, but if he was never in the Barbary Coast, where did he go? Seems to have disappeared.
He didn't disappear. His body lies in state at the Pantheon this very moment.
Does it really? Madam, the casket is closed. And who has all Jean-Francois Millet's money since he died? You do.
Of course I do. I am his sister.
So you say? I believe you also know a man named Agamemnon Buckner.
Ah, yes. Dear Chicago, you may say everything to dear Mr. Buckner.
Daisy, will you marry me or not?
Louis, please! This is important.
Madame Toulouse, I must ask you, what is your relationship with Monsieur Buckner? Is he your lover?
My lover, Chicago.
Daisy, please.
All right, fine. He is my lover.
I'm crushed.
I'm crushed.
Monsieur Andre.
Put him in water.
Very good, madame.
Gentlemen, you see how besieged I am today?
I won't leave you, Daisy, until we settle this.
And I still have many questions to ask you.
You both will have to wait.
Very well. I'll wait in here.
Nope, not in there. That is my bedroom. Wait in here. Stop that! Here! Breathe something sedative. Ponder your mortality. Consider your age! You, Inspector, may wait in here. Oh, Aren't you just a handsome fellow? I'm so happy you came. Have a Havana, toodaloo! So I have the police on my hands now.
Madam Toulouse, dearest Daisy,
Our deepest sympathies.
deepest sympathies of the day.
And we brought you dear Marie.
Dear Marie,
Dear Marie, give me a hug.
Oh, Daisy.
How it hurts my heart to see her so. Bear up, dear heart. Francois is better off now than when he was before.
Do you think so, Daisy?
Oh, I know so.
It's almost time for the burial, you know. And you're not wearing mourning, dear.
Damned if I'm not. I mean, I've never exactly had a funeral before.
except your husband and 11 children.
Crazy how one soon forgets.
We just saw your brother's casket. It was so awful.
Well, I thought it was rather nice. I paid enough for it.
The casket is beautiful.
We mean your brother's death.
Oh, Daisy.
Ladies, I would like to speak to this young lady alone. If you wouldn't mind waiting, you can keep Monsieur LaRue company in here.
If there's anything we can do.
Anything at all.
You just let me know.
Daisy!
Thank you.
Monsieur LaRue.
Come, my dear. See me for his sake.
Francois couldn't be better off than he is now, could he, Daisy?
Not imaginable.
I'd love to have you hug me.
Do you really?
It's just the same way Francois used to do it his own self.
Is it?
Just exactly the same way. Isn't it strange?
I guess it must run in the blood.
You remind me of him in oh so many ways. You look like him. You act like him. You have his dear voice. You almost walk like him.
Do I, dear?
Francois was more graceful. But in women's clothes, I think he would have been. He might not have kicked his skirts around the way you do sometimes, but still, he was an impetuous creature, so he might have. These past 3 months, it's almost as if I'd been with him.
Well, I'm glad I remind you of him.
Oh, Daisy, I do wish you wouldn't smoke.
Just a little corn cob once in a while, in memory of him.
He used to forget himself and swear. You do that too, Daisy, and it's very naughty. Promise me you won't.
I'll be danged if I will, but I promise for you.
And he wasn't as queer as you, Daisy. He wouldn't be dressed this way if it was his funeral.
I know. He'd be in a suit. I made all wrong.
Of course you've made all of dear Francois's friends rich. How sweet that was of you. And they all worship you just as they did him.
It's no merit in me. I did it for his sake.
It's more merit in you than it would have been in him 100 times over. For they were his friends, not yours. But you don't treat Monsieur Andre right.
Monsieur Andre is a bad man. He tried to ruin your father.
He is bad, but there's good in everyone somewhere. He's just never had the right influences around him.
You poor innocent. He's only after my money.
That's not so.
How do you know?
Because he told me so.
That settles it.
Marry him, Daisy.
Do you really think I should, dear heart?
It would uplift him and save him. Do it, Daisy, for my sake.
I won't wait a moment longer.
Please, sir, be patient.
I will not be patient. I will see her now.
I hear voices. I don't wish to see anyone. It's too sad.
Then you can rest in my bedroom, darling, and do try to bear up.
Monsieur Andre says he'll wait no longer, madame.
Send him in, Charlie, and this time, no poking.
Yes, madame.
My precious.
My sweetest!
Those eyes, that hair, that face, those lips. She's been smoking.
You naughty boy. I ought to scold you, but dear Bastien, you've conquered me.
At last.
Oh, Lordy, how you frighten me, but
But what, sweetest?
I like it.
You darling, I can eat you.
Do you love me, Bastien? Really and truly?
Love you? Oh, Daisy.
I know you love me, but do you love me well enough to
what, dear?
make me forget you ever said those cruel words?
Cruel words.
That if I didn't marry you, you would take me to court.
I never meant that, sweetest. That was just a wild outburst of despair. Forgive me, precious. You do forgive me, don't you?
Forgive you, maybe when you have made me forget it, gladly. But as long as that nasty old contract exists to remind me of that cruel hour.
Well, this shall cease to exist the moment you promise to be mine. She's just in the humor. A touch of the heroics will fetch her. Only say the word, darling, and I shall rip this to pieces.
Only one word?
One little word.
And its pieces.
Just say we.
Just we.
We.
What?
We'd be so happy together. Give me the promise, sweetheart. It made me entirely happy beyond all doubt or question. Come now, promise me. Promise.
I must gain time.
Dearest, what is it?
Oh, think of the day. How wicked I am to forget.
The day?
My dear brother's funeral, of course. Betrothed myself today with my dear brother still cooling off in his coffin.
But Daisy...
It's impossible.
But Daisy, I must have my answer.
Yes, you're in the room.
Some... I'll wait here.
No, not there.
Then in here.
No, not there either.
Then in here.
No, not there either. Here, go out the French doors, across the terrace, take a left at the corner, then a right, go straight to the left, a right, a left. You'll see a chestnut tree and a bench underneath it. Sit there and think of me.
I will. But wait, Bastion Andre should escape through the window like a common thief?
Even a common thief guards the honor of his future wife.
I am the happiest man alive.
I haven't promised, I've only weakened.
Weekend, madam, weekend. I shall expect your full wee by 6 o'clock.
I've got to get out into trousers fast. I'm turning into Cleopatra.
Madame,
Yes, Charlie?
Monsieur Chicago.
Send him in, Charlie.
Thanks, Percival. Oh, and have my horses polished, looking a bit dingy. Oh, Princess, it's the greatest day. Let me hug you.
Look at them. So Chicago is her lover, just as she said.
What's all the ruckus out there?
Why, the ruckus is you, old boy. Your casket is being carried through the streets. The whole champs is Lissy swathed in black from eaves to pavement, and infantry, cavalry, the whole French army. Say, what are you doing in this jolly rig? Aren't you going to attend?
No, I'm not. The idea of a man attending his own funeral? I've never heard of such an idea.
All right, but you're going to miss all the fun. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Chicago, a policeman is here.
To protect you from the swarms?
No, to arrest me for murdering myself.
We're going to have to use the pumpkin for that one.
Monsieur Duchy and Monsieur Charles are here, madame. With the coffin.
Send him in, Curlicue.
Would you like to pay yourself some final respects?
So, this is my coffin.
Not too bad for a final sardine can, huh? Room enough for two, and you've got all the modern conveniences.
I wish I'd gotten the blue.
Where shall we put it?
Oh, just anywhere. Prop it up against the wall.
Give me a hand, give me a hand.
You're heavier than you think.
What have you got in your bricks?
150 pounds of bricks.
And in an hour, these bricks will go to the final resting place.
You know, they're burying you between Louis XIV and the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I wish they would stop tolling that darn bell. It is giving me the Jim Jams.
Lord Francis, if you could only hear the people talk. Only 3 days dead and you're bigger than Raphael.
You know that copy of the Agency made? Where English Nabob just bought it for 50,000 potatoes.
That wasn't the copy, that was the original.
And O'Shaughnessy's Dachshund, 600,000.
We can sell your old yellow pine easel for, $5 grand, easy.
And boys, listen to this. The King of France himself is going to the cemetery. And the Emperor of Russia. And the Sultan of Turkey. As for the popes and archbishops and such, we're suffocating with them. Give that toast to the court.
She's
the day of the brother's funeral?
Tomorrow, Daisy will get on a train and vanish forever. In a week, we can set it back up right here. We've got a whole new disguise for you.
What now? A milkmaid from Marseille?
Placide Duval, a rich amateur painter and marvelously successful imitator.
Imitator of who?
Of who else? Of Malay.
Yankee paints a million a year, painter like Malay.
Like Malay? I am Malay!
The gleaners just went for 60,000 potatoes.
Well, boys, looks like you finally killed me. Live another 100 years as a successful imitator of myself. Suffer the daily torture of that fame.
It's a rich life.
It's a poor excuse for a real one.
Hey, you can even win Marie back as Duval.
I want to win Marie back as myself, if I can even remember who that is.
Oh, come on, dear. The worst is yet to come. Come on.
It is my funeral. I might as well dance.
This is shameful! Shameful!
Marie! Dear Marie!
Don't you speak to me. Don't you ever speak to me again.
Confound you, horum, skorum, rascals! You have to have an Irish wake.
Leave me, gentlemen. I wish to speak to this young lady alone.
Daisy, how can you act so?
It wasn't my natural self who was dancing. When I'm grieved, I get so emotional, you know?
Oh, then it was only womanly hysterics?
Womanly hysterics, that was it.
And the others? They were having womanly hysterics?
Every blessed one of them. They're all so full of euthanized spirits, you know. Oh, you see how jumpy I am today? With all these cannons and bells, I'm a regular jack-in-the-box.
Well, Francois wouldn't be dancing and carrying on. He'd be weeping bitter tears.
I know. Francois had a gift for gloom. I lack that talent.
You can be so whimsical, Daisy, and at the oddest times.
Ah, well, life hath made me whimsical.
Poor dear Daisy, this must be so hard for you. Is that him?
Well, I'd hope so. I don't keep random coffins lying around my parlor every day. Oh, forgive me. Forgive me, it's those whimsies again.
I can't believe it's really Francois in there.
It's not Francois. It's merely mortal clay, fired in the kiln of life, glazed by death, and shipped off, waiting for the mortar of eternity.
Oh, he was a brick, wasn't he?
He still is, more than ever.
Maybe just one last look.
No. You don't want to do that.
You think I wouldn't recognize him?
He's changed. Changed.
And to think that this is his funeral and we shall never have him again.
But we shall have each other.
You darling sister. Daisy Toulouse, I worship the very ground you walk on. Why do you laugh?
Oh, I always laugh when I'm touched.
Have you spoken with Monsieur Andre? May I send word you're going to marry him? Do let me, Daisy, please.
Marie, if you asked for my head, I'd screw it off and I'd hand it to you in a box. Wait a moment. That's a capital idea. I think I see my way out of widowhood without the help of Placide Duval.
How I shall miss you.
I'm sorry?
If you marry.
Will you really, dear?
Well, I shall have no husband now. I don't know what will become of me.
Wouldn't it be incredible if this were all a dream, a delusion, if only it were a factitious Jean-Francois Malay in there?
Oh, what a beautiful thought.
It is a pretty thought.
Let's imagine it. Go on, darling.
Imagine he came before you, disguised somehow,
Oh, how lovely.
with some extravagant disguise, with no sign by which to know him. And his voice disguised too, so that even if he told you it was him, you mightn't believe him.
Why would he be in disguise?
I don't know.
Maybe, racked by debt and deep in despair, he decided to get away for a little while.
That's good. You're good at this.
Go on, sister.
And then he would ask you to marry him.
Oh, I'd do it right away, but even in disguise, I would recognize him instantly.
Really? How?
Why, by the pink scar on his wrist. Oh, but Daisy, That was such a lovely vision you had. But I shan't get out of my mind now, and it will break my heart. He's gone, and we shall have him never again. Oh, fate! Oh, cruel fate!
Marie?
Yes, Daisy?
Guess who?
Francois! How dare you!
Oh, my love.
Daisy,
So, you're not dead?
Not to my knowledge.
How will we ever explain to Father
That I'm alive?
about the dress?
Never mind that. There's much to do today, and I must get out of this disguise. Go tell Bastien and Andre to sneak into my bedroom, and at 6 o'clock, unannounced.
You're not going to marry him, are you?
Not unless they change the laws of France.
Oh, you wonderful. One more kiss?
Take 2 for each of me. Now go, go!
Yes. But where is Monsieur Andre?
Go out the French doors, across the terrace, take a left up the stairs, then a right, go straight, take a left, a right, a left. There'll be a bench beneath the chestnut tree. He'll be sitting there, thinking of me.
As he should be. Oh, you wonderful.
Not now, goodbye!
Goodbye.
Francis, you need to get outside and pack up right now!
What's going on?
Chicago will never be able to blather us out of this one!
What's the matter? What's wrong?
You know who's outside right now? The King of France, the Emperor of Turkey, Russia, and the Sultan of Turkey. And you know what they're here for? To view the remains.
Oh, Lordy.
To view my remains?
I don't know who else had in this box. When they see you're a load of bricks, your princes are bound to fall. Your head along with it.
But what do I do?
Get in the box.
No, no!
Francois, you have to. Oh.
Have me in a dress. Do you think you're going to be able to fit me in there? And besides, do I look like the remains of John Francois?
All right. Then turn them down, man. Say that they can't come in.
May I turn them down?
You can't. Dutchy invited them in.
Why, you unspeakable idiot!
It's okay, Pops. Bring on the kings.
What are you talking about?
Chicago, we'll be all right.
There they are.
Let me just fix my
To hell with your hair!
The King of France, the Emperor of Russia, and the Sultan of Turkey.
Your Majesties, I am Daisy Toulouse. Welcome to my humble home.
Our condolences, madam. You hear those bells, madam? That is the moan of the desolate world.
Your Majesties, if I may, call you Your Majesties. Your Majesty. The widow's been moaning a bit herself lately. Maybe if you could come back when there's not a funeral going on.
Monsieur, we have come to view the remains of a true Je ne sais la France, and we will.
But you see, Francois was always so shy. He never liked to be stared at.
You know what the poor fella died of?
The remains still keep the way they used to, and this being in the middle of August, all I see is the remains of the remains, if you know what I mean.
If a poor woman, well, not so poor, if a woman could prevail you to spare her feelings.
Say, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? What time is it?
Mine says 5:45.
Mine says, 5:50.
Mine must be early. Mine says 5:25.
Madam, monsieur, step aside. We have come to see the corpus, and we are kings. We do what we will.
That's okay, Your Majesty. Step right up and see the corpse.
Step right up.
Oh,
What are you saying?
It's okay, Chicago. I put my lunch inside.
Your lunch?
Open the coffin, I say.
2 pounds. One burger cheese.
Open the coffin.
Open the coffin!
Madam, vous avez dû entrer votre frère l'été dîner. Au revoir.
What did he say?
He said we should have buried him last summer. Oh, you wonderful! Let me hug you!
Me too!
I put that cheese in there just in case someone got curious.
You know, that's so slouch of a cabbage you have on those shoulders, Dutchie.
Oh, Chicago, you always flatter somebody.
You old darling, you shall be feasted like a prince.
We got my dog, it came in all right, and we're safe, boys, we're safe!
Not entirely safe. Gentlemen, I am Inspector Edouard Lefoe of the Paris Police.
I'm sorry, I thought you said Gerard Lefoe.
Gerard Edouard Lefoe. Gentlemen, I believe this woman, Daisy Toulouse, to be a fraud.
Impossible! Chicago, Bastien Andre will be here any second, and I'm going to need some privacy for that.
Yes, a fraud. She has come here to capitalize on Millie's death. She may have even murdered him. What is this? Not a dead body!
Why would she kill him?
For his money.
If he had no money, then why kill him?
To make sure he had money. For when this world has a great master, it lets him starve. But when he is dead, then he is recognized. Then come the riches. And being dead, what can you do with all that money but be murdered for it?
That's the craziest idea I've ever heard.
You, sir? And what was your role in this scheme, monsieur? You who are her lover?
I, sir?
You, sir.
Her lover.
She has admitted it herself. Well, you've certainly been familiar with her in public.
Well, is it my fault if a woman is affectionate?
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. It's a crime, that's what it is. And I'm glad to see you cheerful in spite of circumstances, as usual.
Holy Toledo! It's Cecile! Well, sir, I reject your insinuations, for as it so happens, I am in love with one Cecile LaRue.
You, sir?
I, sir, the sweetest, dearest, most precious woman in all of France. No one, not even the widow Toulouse, ever come between me and Cecile LaRue.
Is she really the finest, sweetest,
Dearest, most precious woman in all of France.
Oh, you wonderful darling.
Oh, excuse me, monsieur. Even for a Frenchman, this is a little excessive.
Well, Inspector, we're a little pressed for time, so let me explain things to you out here.
Keep him out of here.
Oh, trust me. You know I studied for the ministry.
Did you really?
Charlie! Oh no, here he comes. Charlie, when I ring for you, bring up that old crate of modeling equipment, please.
Yes, madame.
Boys, I'm going to need your help for this one.
What's the plan, Daisy?
I'll tell you all about it in here.
Daisy! Darling! Darling, are you there? By George, she's just rancid with money. If it wasn't for these pictures, I wouldn't marry her or anybody. I believe she'll give me that promise today. Yet you never know with Daisy. She's terribly capricious. Somebody's coming.
I know that you and Mr. Buckner don't want me to marry Monsieur Andre. Nobody does. People say he's a two-faced scoundrel and a three-handed rapscallion.
I say he's a toad with the heart of an alligator.
And I say he's a miserable pig dog swine.
Yes, maybe he is an alligator. Maybe he is a pig dog schwein. But I have loved Bastien Andre for a whole month now. Oh, how he loved me so. I couldn't help teasing the poor darling. Well, I shall worry him no longer. I'm going to marry him.
No!
We!
We? She said we?
We!
We.
Bastien Andre will be here any second now, and I must make myself supremely beautiful for him.
Those things you wanted, Madame.
Oh, by the sofa, Charlie. That will be all.
All right, Mary the Blackguard, it's your hair, that's all I'm saying.
It is my hair, and I paid enough for it.
Paid enough for her hair? That's a curious remark.
Hand me my other hair, please. No, not that one. The other one. The dye is more golden.
And I always thought it was natural.
That's where he made me cut the lock off it. He begged me for it so hard.
So
The
I did.
sweethearts.
So I did.
I must absolutely buy a new complexion for the wedding.
A new complexion?
This is the worst one they have ever sold me. It takes half a day to dab it on, and it washes off in the rain. The other day in the rainstorm, I left a puddle behind me like a house painter. Now, hand me my other teeth, please.
Other teeth?
These are the most troublesome chompers ever. Every time I go to a ball, I get all excited and cough them out.
God bless my soul.
Ah, that's better. These are more stylish, but they take up an awful lot of room. Monsieur Andre will like these. They'll give him more to kiss. Now, hand me another glass eye, please.
Glass eye!
A clean one this time.
Clean glass eye!
Perfectly odious. There's nothing sullen about it.
To what eyes are you referring again, Madame?
My Sunday one, in blue. It's not every day a woman gets married.
Clean blue eye!
No, not that one. That one's always popping out and rolling around on the floor. There, that one. Now, help me pop this one out, will you? Monsieur Andre will have to learn to do this for me. At night I can wear the black patch.
Black patch is a nightmare.
That's better. That's much better. Oh, snug as a plug and full of expression too. Now, hand me a fresh set of legs, please.
Legs!
Is any part of her genuine?
No, those are both right. I need a left. That's the new American one. It's a daisy.
She's the roots of ancient Rome.
No, the heel's on backwards. Turn it around. Turn it around. Never mind. Let's try another one.
Ah, Madame Toulouse.
Oh, Bastien, I have made up my mind. I say we.
And I say none. I wouldn't marry you if you were worth $1 billion. You're not a woman. You're a kid.
But Bastien, you must. I have 2 witnesses here, just like you say in that contract.
Very well, then I set you free.
No, Bastien, no. You must marry
Don't
me.
touch me, you debris.
You must. You must marry me.
Well, I think Andre is disposed of.
He's not gonna stop running till he reaches water. How about a cigar?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Thank you, Gaston.
Aha! So you've seen through my disguise, have you? Yes, it is I, Gaston Monet of the Paris police. What's going on? Nobody moves! Ladies and gentlemen, you are all under arrest in the murder of Jean-Francois Mollet.
What? I told Monsieur Andre.
You too, madam. Now, where is the widow Toulouse? So-called widow. I have been observing the goings-on in this house for the past 3 months now, and I can certainly tell you there is something very suspicious going on. For example, just as I thought, under her cheese is a load of bricks. Hardly what I would call the body of a great painter, not even close. And you, Inspector LaFoe, just as I thought, not Inspector LaFoe. The real Inspector LaFoe is in Bordeaux.
How dare rip off the mustache of the woman I'm going to marry?
You will marry her in prison, perhaps, where you Monsieur LaRue can wed the so-called widow Toulouse.
I won't be marrying the so-called widow Toulouse, because I'm going to marry one of these wonderful women. I just don't know which one yet.
Maybe me.
Maybe me.
Only time will tell.
Congratulations on your approaching polygamy. Man of your age, you ought to be ashamed. Now then, where is the body of Jean-Francois Millet?
Doody-ba-ba-ba-doo-ba. What in the devil is going on in here?
Who are you, sir? You certainly have a devastating effect on the room.
I, sir, am Jean-Francois Millet.
You don't mean
Yes.
not the painter,
Yes.
the greatest genius in the history of art?
Yes.
The cheese in the coffin?
I don't know about that one. I'd have to see the cheese first.
Good Lord, monsieur! Where have you been all this time?
In the Barbary Coast.
Where is the Barbary Coast?
Just off the coast of Barbary. Racked by debt and deep in despair, I decided to disappear for a little while, only to find my funeral in progress.
Well, it's no surprise. You have been dead for a week, according to your so-called sister.
Sister? I have no sister.
Aha! So not only was she an imposter, she didn't even exist.
It looks like somebody's been having a joke at my expense, my great expense.
No.
But monsieur, have you any proof that you are Jean-Francois Millet?
Of course I do! The pink scar!
Francois.
Marie.
France.
Dutchie.
Francis.
Millet! Old man!
Francois.
Oh, how do you do, my dear friends?
Well, I suppose there's another wedding in the offing.
Besides ours.
Besides ours. Well, what are you looking at us for?
This settles it, Monsieur Millet. I would call it my funeral if I were you. In the meantime, I'm going to search for the notorious, mysterious criminal Daisy Toulouse.
To arrest her?
No, monsieur. To marry her.
Well, Francis, you've a declared genius. Is it back to obscurity with you?
Are you going into hiding from all the folks who thought you were dead?
You can't exactly tell 40 million Frenchmen that they made a, small mistake.
France would rather die 100,000 deaths than admit they were wrong once. Today, I was merely a mortal. Tomorrow, I'll be a celebrity.
Dutchie, I believe you owe me 34 million pounds.
Oh, that's Chicago. Shake!
Now, let's hear it for the benefactor of us all, and the mother of us all, the Widow Toulouse!
The Widow Toulouse!
I hope they're okay. Oh my God. I'm well above everybody. Come on, Thu. I got you. You got it too whenever they announce it.
They've already announced it. No, when Joker's gonna come out.
Hi, Devin's dad.
I might as well just buy it.
Hi, Devin, and hi, Devin's mom.
What? Might as well just buy it now. Yeah, I
Hi,
bought it
Warren.
pretty early on. I mean, I have the money.
After you've already done this play.
Making faces.
No! Here, point it at Tim, why don't you? He's back there.
I can't see him.
Oh yeah? Well, here, flip it. There's Tim. Tim.
You're okay?
I'm famous. To myself in like 3 years, get a job.
Yeah.